Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with some more NTW 3 for you today, and we have a glorious 3v3 as three French armies take on a coalition of enemies made up of Prussia, Spain, and we also have Piedmont here. I thought we had two Prussias, but we have a sneaky Piedmont all the way over here. So yeah, it is going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. We already have some French troops running. They seem like they were defeated by the Spanish cavalry over here, but yes, Spain and Prussia over here forming up a cordon ready to defend against any French advance. Seems like the French bring up lots of their dromedary cavalry. We've seen how they can do in previous battles. These guys are fearless. I would be scared of the dromedary cavalry, that is for sure. Dromedary, yeah, okay, dromedary cavalry, dromedary regiment. I feel like I should be calling them the camels. We'll call them the camels. But anyway, we've got dragoons here of the guard as well. We've got lots of good cavalry over here, actually. We've got some big dragoon units here, 90-man units. But yeah, so we have two Spanish campaign French armies, and we also have an Egyptian campaign French army. In this one, we also have, I'm not entirely sure which Prussia this is. I'm going to say it's a later period one, but I'm not entirely sure. I can't really tell from their uniform, their cavalry uniforms anyway. But I'm going to presume this is like the later period one, maybe like a 1815 Prussia. We also have obviously Spain out here. This is like the loyalist Spains, the ones that aren't under the thumb of the French tyrant that is Napoleon. And then we also have Piedmont over here. We can't seem to see either of any of their armies just yet, bar some cavalry. So they are getting very, very close. But I am told that this one is a pretty epic one. I'm told that it goes back and forth, so it's definitely worth sticking around to find out who wins, because I'm not quite sure myself who's going to win this one. It goes back and forth. It seems like it could be a very hectic one, that is for sure. And looks like we've already got a general under fire over here. Did he actually get hit? There's a dead guy over here. Or is that just like a random infantryman? That might just be a random infantryman. But yeah, so we are getting underway. You can see Piedmont's troops are now arriving on the battlefield. We can now see them. They actually look kind of snazzy, you know. I'm kind of a big fan of them. Look at the little they've got going on. They're fearless marching towards their deaths there. But if you're enjoying seeing NTW3 on the channel and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're not here, and a comment to show your support. It's very much appreciated, guys, and it really helps out the channel. And we have a big cavalry charge over on this side, including the camels. Already, the dragoons here getting, outnumbered 3-1. And we've got some like the Royal Guard, the Guard Capet dragoons going in there, instantly scared as well. Look at that breaking instantly. I thought they were pretty good. They've been broken instantly by all the Spanish cav. And the same with the dromedary cav over here as well. Massive loss here for the French, losing a lot of cavalry really early on. They killed, two of the Spanish units, but they lost like 3 of their own cavalry units there. Massive loss. And if they wanted to, the Spanish could push on and go for the French lines. These grenadiers can form square, luckily. But, yeah, actually they have a lot of grenadiers here. They have Royal Marine ones, lots of grenadiers. Jeez. And the French are actually charging a long way. These dragoons here are active. They're already like a little bit worn out. And they're actually being countercharged now by the Spanish. You look like they're sending in a dragoon unit of their own, maybe. And you can see the Spanish lines also starting to appear. They have routed that Spanish cavalry unit, I think, just by shooting some light infantry at it. That is all they did to scare it off. As you can see here, the Spanish lines now appearing. Spanish infantry, there isn't much to talk about it. It's not the greatest in the world, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they can do. That is for sure in this battle. We've got Prussia over here. This definitely looks like a later period Prussia looking at this infantry. They're actually bringing like musketeers, actually bringing genuine infantry. In the last few times we've seen Prussia, it's just been the Landwehr spam tactic, which does work. But it's nice to see them mixing up, actually seeing a proper army here. As you can see, allies capturing a building. They've captured this building back here. Okay, what have they stuck in? Some sappers. Okay, not a bad idea. To be fair, they're a pretty hardy bunch. They'll be hard to get out of there. Got some like Spanish units here, though, fine for the French. This is a line infantry unit from Cordoba or something like that, I think. Not entirely sure. I can hear charging.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Oh, that charging going right down here. As you can see here, Prussia going forward with, looks like some hussars, trying to go for the 4-pounder here. Square is trying to break up that charge, but they are going to get in and get amongst the artillery and kill it pretty effectively. Really well done. Could they get the second one? The 6-pounder hit? No, it looks like they won't. The French cavalry here, the Chasseurs Cheval, are scaring them off. That's a really good win anyway. They managed to take out a really good, artillery piece anyway. That's pretty good. This is Legion des Strange Royalists. I have no idea what unit this is, what nationality this unit is, but that's kind of cool. Seeing some new units here today. Yes, Prussia and Spain working together against two French armies, sorry. But it then seems as though Piedmont will be dealing with one Frenchie on their own, and their line battle is getting underway already. They're in like a more like a revolutionary style sort of hat, sort of like the typical shako that like the French have over on the other side. So we interesting to see. There you go, already getting off some pretty nice volleys. I do like this, the French look. This is the typical French look in my opinion. Like the later period, Colonel General units here, some big units to be fair. Infantry of the like Swiss infantry as well, and you can see Piedmont actually pushing back the French a little bit. You need to be careful though, because the French do have cavalry over here. They have the Grenadier Cheval, they have Ledoux here, which is a really nasty unit. It's actually kind of a small unit though. And then we've got like VL Guard. This must be like middle guard or young guard or something. No, VL Guard's or old guard, I think. But anyway, it's a Dragoon unit. It's a pretty nasty Dragoon unit. They've got some good cap. They actually have also brought young guards and got Filiers here. So it's a pretty good like army for the Spanish campaign over here. How much we can form square, I don't know. I haven't seen any Piedmont Cav though yet. And as you can see over here as well, there is a little Chasseur Cheval all the way right back here, and it's hidden. More importantly, we can see it, but the Allies can't, and they could go for some generals. They could snipe some generals. I think that'll be a huge play there if they can do that. This is like a Dragoon unit here. I don't know. This has got to be like a Cuirassier unit perhaps for the Prussians. The Hussars look very much different. They're in blue. The Prussians letting off a few volleys, just letting the French know they're here. They're here to fight. And that's the other artillery piece for the French. They destroyed one entirely. They've routed the other one. So this Spanish army over here, this French-Spanish campaign army over here, has no artillery. It's a massive problem now for the French. Looks like we are seeing some Piedmont cavalry getting routed over here. We did miss it, but yeah, it seems like oh, we've got the Mamelukes here as well. Oh boy, these are going to be nasty units. So yeah, I mean the cavalry here is very, very elite for the French, and it has routed all of this Piedmont cavalry, which is obviously a big win there. And now they can get in behind. Look at this Piedmont. I also don't think he's really paying attention. I think he's more focused. I don't know what he's really focused on, but he's not paying attention at all that this cavalry's in behind. I don't know if he can form square. I think he is very much paying attention actually, because he's rushing across Cav now. All of his Cav is rushing across to the other side. But here we go, Chasseur Cheval. I think personally strike at the wrong time, as the cavalry is right by the general here. Like this cavalry should be it's not going to be able to. They rout the general. Can they kill him before the cavalry arrives to save the day and save the general? They routed him. He may rally. It looks like the Chasseur Cheval are just going to get out there and save themselves, which is probably the smartest idea. They've routed him. That's a big loss. They could now go for the artillery. That would be the next big thing to go for. And here we go. Oh, no. I thought we were about to have a cavalry charge. Seems like they cancelled it at the last second. Prussia's certainly keeping a lot of his army hidden, that is for sure at the moment. I mean, there's a lot of infantry back there, but it's all very much hidden at the moment. So, and this is all like Russian infantry. Russian infantry allied with the Prussians. So this must be like, I don't know what period this is then. Like Russia.
Our men are running, sir.
Sorry, of a Prussian campaign. Or Prussian army. I don't know. It's a strange one. Look at this. Again, the cavalry charge go off. Piedmont going in 3v1. It's not a fight they can win. But as soon as that happens, these three now charge into the final Piedmont cavalry unit, rout that, and now the Chasseur Cheval can sneak in and get that artillery. And now Piedmont's rear is begging to be attacked by cavalry, and they're in real trouble now, Piedmont. But yeah, here we go, Chasseur Cheval. They're walking. They're not even charging. You're gonna charge, boys. I know they can't escape you, but still, it's cruel. Prussia may want to think about sending some cav over to his side, maybe to try and support, because this elite French cavalry is a real problem. Yeah, they didn't even bother to charge. They just walked in and killed them. Piedmont here. He doesn't give a damn about his cavalry being lost, or his general, or his artillery. He's pushing forward with the infantry. I can hit cavalry in the back lines. And here they come. Mahmoud's coming in. I don't know how much of the Piedmont infantry can form square. But, I mean, they are finding an efficient way to kill these Mamluks, and that's gunning them down. This one could form square, and did. Seems like they're only going to lose the Mamluks. They're going to save the Dragoons, which is smart. And you can see now Prussia is sending over Cav, which is good. It needs to do that. Over on this side as well, Spain being brutal right now, routing some French infantry right down the center here. I mean, we've got Spanish cavalry being broken. Seems like the Egyptian campaign army over here is having a rough time right now against Spain. Sorry. I mean, if they send these grenadiers, and they may be able to just charge and rout these Spanish forces. You never know. There's this 194-man unit just getting shelled to pieces. Push forward, man! Push forward! Into the breach! I don't know what breach there is. Oh my gosh, that's another 194-man unit. It's been routed. That should return. It's always not good to see. Sappers over here. These sappers are just getting circled by Spanish cavalry like sharks circle their prey. Brutal. Here they come. France has advanced. Now he prepares. Oh, now he prepares to fire. Let's have a volley, boys. I give it a 4 out of 10. You can do better than that, France. I can see. I've seen better volleys from you. Prussia and France, though, on this side, battling for this road. I think they're trying to take control of this farmhouse. Obviously, Prussia has it at the moment, but France, I think, are really keen on taking it. Because if they can take it, they can then kind of dominate this side of the map. They can then, if they wanted to, just put a few forces over here to defend the farmhouse, and then probably swing the rest of their army into support against Spain. Because, I mean, they need to make a decision where they're going to go, because it seems this French army over here is on a rough old time against Piedmont, even though it's won with a cavalry fight. I don't think his infantry is really up to the task of beating Piedmont, though I don't know really where... Oh, Piedmont has retreated. Both sides kind of retreated from this forest fight, it would seem. France still in the back lines, obviously threatening constantly with that cavalry. Seems as though... I don't know why they've bothered to keep their artillery out here.
Our general is under
if
attack.
I was the French shout, I'd be moving my artillery over here and then just firing down this line. I mean, it's a perfect line to just fire down. A general is under attack, but I think he's just getting shot by like random musket balls. Here we go. We've got some grenadiers. The line going in. They're going in after these Prussian musketeers. You know what? I think the Prussians might win that fight. Morale for the French is not great. In comes some French cav though. They're going to push into the Prussian lines and going to try and take this farmhouse. Like I said, they have actually won both combats. I was quite surprised the Grenadiers won, but they did. The Dragoons look like they're going to get routed though by the Prussian cav that has come up to counterattack. Grenadiers can't form squares, so they may want to try and charge into the cavalry while they can. But look at this, Prussian cav has pushed up, and I don't think it was ready for the French lines to also push up. And you can see the Frenchies in this tall grass here, just like chasing down the Prussian cav where they can. But Prussia is now pushing up infantry to repel the French musketeers, firing volley after volley. Defend the fatherland, men. Seems though, even though they've lost a lot, seems as though the French are still pushing back the Spanish on this side a little bit. And over on this side, I mean, Piedmont seems to be making ground, but I personally feel like he's losing the battle. He's lost his main assets, he's lost his artillery, his general, and his cav. I love seeing like the silhouettes as like through the smoke. It looks amazing. It really does. I can hear more cavalry charging. That's going on in the center again. We've got chasseurs now coming forward for the French, and they are going to push forward. And dragoons. It's a big cavalry push going on here, and infantry. Oh boy, they really want to take out these Prussians. Prussian. I think it's cuirassiers. I think they are. Cuirassiers pushing forward. just like that, the French are getting repelled. I mean, line infantry getting broken. They've still got some like Legion Business Strangers in there. I'm not entirely sure what unit that is. I think it's like a Spanish unit that's like Spanish that are loyal to the French, maybe. The Goons that they're going to lose this fight here. They are retreating. They're going to take losses doing that. Over on this side, though, the Swiss infantry and some line infantry here seem to be making progress. I say that, and then the line infantry breaks. So the Prussians have broken here. And, I mean, the Prussian cav may break. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. It's a costly push, I think, by the French. It will come down to. I think that's what we can put it down to. A costly push. Did it work? Not really, I'd say. They've managed to get somewhat onto the road, but... And they've actually taken out this cavalry unit here. I guess that's better than it could have gone. They could have lost their own cavalry and this infantry. They needed to retreat, and you can see over here another big push here by the Egyptian campaign. They've started sending all their grenadiers. They need to do this. There's no point bringing 4 grenadiers if you're not going to push in. Facing off against some dragoons by the looks of it, maybe. They look like a cool unit, by the way. Look at that unit. It's awesome. Maybe it's a guard unit. That looks pretty nasty cavalry. Anyway, it's fighting against the grenadiers here. I don't know if it can win. But Spain is certainly being turned. His flank is being turned. Their artillery is now just shelling this infantry. Canisters and all. Doing what damage they can. I mean, if Egypt can push back Spain, they could then also take the farmhouse. That's also another big win there. Seems as though they lost the chasseurs, a cheval, I think in a charge to Piedmont. That is a shame. And once again, Piedmont's on the retreat. I do like their banner. The banner is very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, Piedmont goes on to form Italy. Little fun fact for you there if you didn't know. Eventually. Look at this big push right now by the French. Again, right in Spain's faces. And here we go. Infantry charge. And they go for the artillery as well. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if Spain really does that great in combat. France pretty much excels in it. No one's really better than them other than the Russians. And the artillery's been broken, as has an infantry unit. This one will probably go soon. And you can see Spain is turning its flank. It's also gunning down its own artillery as they retreat. Not so great for morale there, Spain. They've still got a big carry unit alive, which is, I mean, that's good. It looks like it's a pretty decent one as well. Just by the looks, I have no idea. I've rarely played Spain. Cavalry coming in over here. We've got dragoons now flying on in. Routing. Looks like some Prussian musketeers going on for the artillery. They may get that as well, but their morale is low. These dragoons are pretty battered. They are broken. They did break the gun, which is more important. Just some infantry coming up here. It looks like they're going to try and take advantage of this retreat from Spain. And now France on this flank is very much on the advance, and that is always good to see. And you can see also going in here, sitting in these light infantry, routing the Prussians there. Can they push on? Can they take the building? I don't know what's in here. Looks like some Jaegers or something like that. Nothing that scary. This is like some pretty decent Prussians, but I'm not sure. More French cav coming in, charging to the back of his own men. That's always a bit of a damage for morale. I never realised until recently that was a problem. Like charging to the back of your own men with cavalry, that does real problems to your own morale. Do not do it if you don't have to. As you can see here, just rank on rank of Egyptian campaign with the French are on the move. They've taken a pounding, but they have also been successful in taking their flank. What have we got here? We've got Chabot. Louis-Francois Chabot. He's leading his army pretty damn well. They might want to wheel up this 8-pounder and get it moving. If they can be bothered. I don't know why these extra columns here haven't been sent to go and deal with Piedmont, but I mean, we've got a grenadier unit here, I think it is. It's a Spanish campaign. Like, Spanish unit says grenade. Or maybe that's Granada, not grenade. Might be Granada. Piedmont here, still battling on. They're getting twisted ever more. At one point they were fighting over the forest, now they're kind of fighting through it. Oh, the general's been killed. Oh, whose general's been killed? Is this Spain's general here? This cavalry unit. I wonder if it is. That's a massive loss there, if that is true. Spain now without a general. I mean, where are those Russian troops that Prussia has? They're still waiting in this forest. They need to get them moving. There's nothing ahead of them. Bar some of their own troops. The French, they're holding pretty well. They're looking absolutely battered. They're doing okay. I mean, looks like they are now going to take on some... Looks like Prussian musketeers of some sort. Forming square over here. Again, another big cavalry charge going on. Prussia's generals are pretty damn close to the front line. French dragoons battling in amongst the host of Spanish here. They might take out these Spanish cavalry. They are winning decisively, apparently. The morale would suggest they are. There you go. Prussia and Spain's like flank of here has been just absolutely annihilated. I mean, his French line could just push on. Seems as though Prussia is not going to give up this building. It's going to probably require something pretty nasty to go in there. Maybe, oh, these are grenadiers aligned. Maybe they go in. There's only 42 of them left, though. Again, I don't know why these infantry here haven't been pushed forward. Just to try and, like, get between the Prussian and the Piedmont lines. Get between them. Split the two armies in two. We're in business. Yeah, this Colonel General unit over here is still really healthy. 123 men left. The Grenadier Cheval still waiting patiently waiting for the Piedmont to arrive. And look at this! Prussia has more than expected. That is for sure. He's still got a few units here, but he's also got plenty of these like Russian units. And look at this! They keep pairing. Maybe it's not over yet for the Prussians. They might be about to turn it around. I mean, a lot of these French units are pretty low on morale. They need to get some of these Russian units that are out here to combat the French that are flanking. So French start a rout. There you go. Prussia's sort of holding onto this flank. He's sort of regained it. He's going to send these two units over here. He's going to send them and get them out of the way. These guns in Spain, though, are very much under threat. I think that's what France is coming for. But he's just trying to get him behind and go after Piedmont's infantry. I have no idea. What's going on out here? I can hear charging of some sort. Oh, it's the French. They're charging in, going after the artillery with their knackered infantry. And Prussia just stopped at the last moment and allowed this to happen. And they've gunned down that French unit as much as they can.
Our men are
And
running.
he did break it. That's a little win there for France, I guess. Oh, no, for France, for Spain. Spain and Prussia. They've sent all their grenadiers over here. It's not a bad idea. If they can squeeze Piedmont in, they'll be in a great spot. I mean, this French army needs to push forward hard, because these grenadiers are about to feel the full force of the Piedmont lines. Grenadiers, hold! Fight for your consul. Some of the I loved it like this, like the early period grenadiers. A mix of bearskin and just like non-bearskin units. Look at this, charging in, breaking. Yeah, they don't like getting volleyed before they go into combat. That is for sure. Might win this one though, or not? They are fighting grenadiers after all. But look at that, Piedmont sandwiched between two forces. Prussia's in a bit of a dicey spot again because he's now sort of surrounded almost all over again. Just this time it's from the other side. Not quite yet, but almost. There's some grenadiers here at Piedmont. These guys are going to be handy. Don't know why they weren't sitting earlier. And this is why they kept the reserves. Because there's the two units of Piedmont here that they want to take out. What unit's that? That's exactly a miners unit. It's kind of cool. I do like the red on shakos. These guys have it. Some grenadiers, the line units have it as well later on. Very, very cool. Yep, French going in against these Piedmont grenadiers. Grenadiers versus grenadiers. More French infantry storming this unit. I mean, the best thing to do would probably just be put a volley into them. They didn't even get a chance to do that. Young Guard's still alive. That's a Legate unit. Yeah, Young Guard's still alive. Prussia's over here, defending against a couple of little grenadier units. And the grenadiers only know one thing, and that is to charge. I think this first one's going to break. Oh yeah, almost certainly. I think they're going to rout both those units actually, you know what. And Prussia is sort of pushing back the French here. Look at this. The French doesn't look like they have enough to really push on the Prussians just yet. Spanish, I don't know why they're just still shooting the backs of the Prussians. They might want to move into like line with them. Dragoons of Royal Lorraine here, waiting for the opportunity. I mean, it's an infantry day now. But the cavalry might still want to try and be helpful, get close, threaten to attack units so they form square, allowing the infantry to just gun down those squares. And the French have been routed again on this side. The infantry Swiss has been routed. We've got some Young Guard here. You have to throw quite a bit of this in, I imagine, just to try and break through. Looks as though they won in. Well, actually, I don't know. Piedmont has actually managed to get all the way to these guns. So Piedmont is still causing all sorts of problems right now. And there you go, they'll deal with them. The other Piedmont unit, I don't know what they're going to go after. Maybe McDonald's, I don't know. Yeah, Prussia's like moving up to the tree line now. He's actually advancing at this time in the battle. In the state they're in. a brave man. I mean, he's got all these Prussians that all these Russians, sorry, that are helping him. We've got some silent muskets there for some random reason. There we go. In come the Egyptian troops.
Our men are running, sir.
And all three of them break. That was tragic to see. But look at this. We've got the dragoons going in and they're going to assassinate a general. And the Allies today have just not been able to protect their generals. There you go. Prussia is without a general, and it looks like he is about to die. I don't know which unit, which man he is, but he is dead. Don't know. Maybe he's that guy. I'm not entirely sure, but they've taken him out anyway. That's the main thing. They've got Prussia's general. Prussia's in real trouble. And they got Spain's generals, and they've got Piedmont, so all of their generals are dead. I think Spain might have had like a combat general. The other two, not so much. They've broken Piedmont here. They're still making some sort of action over here. We've got some sappers waiting in that building. A brave 46 taking on what must be 200-300 men. And again on this side, look at this. Prussia is still pushing back France. Really, really impressive. Like I said, this battle goes back and forth. At one point you think one side's on top, the next point the other side's on top. Prussia seems to just keep spawning Russians at this moment in time. And he retreats back into the woodland. I think it's because he sees this army coming in behind him. Or what's left of that army, that's actually all Spanish campaign. But still, yeah. Still what's left of the army. That was a very nice army. A nice, healthy army. At one point. Now not so much. But that's how war happens. You lose men. I guess. That's all I can say to that. Are they actually going to make it to that building? Piedmont looks like he couldn't perhaps make it to the building. He's actually getting broken outside it. And they are battling for it. It seems like Piedmont has sent troops in. That's why that morale is low. Seems as though the sappers and miners in there are quite content still firing outside the building. We've got some light infantry from Marengo coming up. Nothing too scary. In comes the French Cav. Royal Dragoons and Lorraine coming in again, doing even more damage. And we've got some of those old guard as well coming in. Going in, routing the Prussians. The Prussians are in real trouble. Now they've lost their general. They're in real trouble. And I think it could be Piedmont that survives. Perhaps. Seems as though the Jaegers here have been routed as well. That's a real problem. And the battle looks like it is going to go to the French there. As you can see, units left on the battlefield. There are not many for the Allies. I mean, there only one is one Piedmont unit. Which they have since broken. These Piedmont troops are just unstoppable. They don't give up. But we will fast forward now. Fast forward and just see what happens to this poor little Piedmont unit. Is it just going to charge? I mean, I would. It's going to get gunned down, I think, before it gets there. And there you go. That is today's battle, I think. Unless things are starting to rally. Which I think they are. I think Prussia's had some stuff that's rallied. Or Piedmont's had some stuff that's rallied. I don't know. Where the heck is this? Not a clue. We'll just fast forward and we'll see what happens. I mean, I think... yeah, that should be the battle, I would imagine. I can't see any more on the battlefield. And there you go. That is a victory for the French. We have Grandson, who was playing as one of the French armies. He's playing as the Egyptian French army. He was the one that sent this one in. So thank you very much, Grandson, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. De facto was playing as one of the 1811 Spanish campaign armies along with Corps. And then we have B Square playing as Piedmont, we have HR, the Emperor playing as Prussia, and then we have California 079 playing as Spain. So yeah, some pretty good kills there for Prussia. They're getting 1,300 kills, really well done there. Grandson getting 1,400 as the Egyptian campaign, but taking the most losses, to be fair. And then you've got Corpse getting over 1,000 as well, and getting the least losses for his side. So really well done there to him. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at some of the end results. I mean, there's these Grenadiers here, 241 kills, 204 with these Grenadiers here. Yeah, Grenadiers stealing the day really for the Egyptian campaign. How did the Camels do? 20 kills. Shameful display, I say, from them. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is today's NTW 3 battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe from around here, and a comment to show your support. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.